Hi, I'd like to welcome you back to another edition of Our Take on Cruise with Roger and Shannon.
Or Shannon and Roger.
My name's Roger Blum with Cruise and Port Advisors, and I am back together again with
Shannon McKee of Access Cruise, and it's so nice to see you again.
Well, this is really special. You are not the tallest girl I'm near today. See, you
Look at that. Somebody's taken my place, a little bit taller than I am.
I want to see you with heels that
And
gets
I
you
don't
up
even have
there.
my heels on.
You'd need like stilts and you still wouldn't be up there.
That's right. Well, let's talk about the cruise industry. I feel like we've
Is
been
that what
away
we
for a
do?
little bit. I think that's what we do.
I think we should give our take on it.
I think we should give our take on it too. And one of the stories that I saw that just came out was about Four Seasons. And Four Seasons announced a few years ago now already, and finally we are seeing that the keel has been laid, and they will be delivering a ship in late 2025, early 2026.
And the same week, Amman also laid the keel for their luxury, I shouldn't say luxury, their ultra luxury ships.
I think they're both ultra luxury ships, and I would love to get an invite on either one of those ships.
Well, Four Seasons, the ship is 600 and something feet, and it has, I think, 93 cabins. Amman ship is 600 feet, and it has 50
exquisite.
suites. Can you imagine? A 600-foot ship is a big ship.
They are both exquisite, I must say. So that's exciting news. The other one was, I heard, a little birdie told me that you ate the wasabi Kit Kats.
Well, we left our audience hanging. You gave me the box of wasabi Kit Kats, and I said I would report back, and they were really good. What I learned from Shannon about wasabi is I had expected them to be spicy. They're not. They have that taste of wasabi, but none of that spicy kick.
That's right, which leads into Disney.
Hang on, why did I learn from you about wasabi?
Because wasabi is a root, and the root is actually not spicy, but here in the United States, for wasabi, they use horseradish and turn it green.
Thank you. We had to share that knowledge. You were about to say
that
about
was the
Disney.
fun fact. But that leads into Disney, because Disney just announced that they are going to be dedicating a ship to Japan year-round.
That's a big deal. We've been talking about the growth in Asia for a while. So this will actually be Disney's second year-round ship in Asia, because already they have the ship that's coming next year, the big monster giant ship that's going to be year-round in Singapore. And this new ship, it's not going to be till 2029, will be year-round sailing out of Tokyo, the Tokyo area.
That's very exciting. So I want to get our take on something.
What's that?
Our take on, in the news, it's talking about Juneau putting on the ballot that cruise ships not be allowed in port on Saturdays. Now, back in the 90s when I sailed with Norwegian Cruise Line to Bermuda, the ships were not allowed into port on the weekends. And I'm not sure this is the right decision or the wrong decision, or it's just kind of a way to start a discussion. Well, what do you think about not allowing cruise ships into Juneau on Saturdays?
Well, it's interesting because so many different locales have come up with different ways of limiting the amount of cruise guests coming. And this is an interesting one because on other days of the week, they're really not limiting it. But one day of the week, they want to give the whole community a day off of peace and quiet. I can understand that. For the businesses that are involved in the cruise industry, it'll hurt. You know, they only have a limited amount of time to make money, and to do this business, it'll hurt. There was two interesting things in there, besides for everything else. One of them was it'll eliminate light pollution, which I found interesting because when I've been in Juneau, sunsets around midnight in the summer.
Depends on what time of the year you're there.
Well,
cruise ships have extended their seasons.
Okay, you went on that one.
Yes.
The other was to give businesses a day off to do maintenance and things like that. Well, businesses can still close. No one's saying you can't close. They can still take a day of the week and say, hey, we're closing. But it's an interesting concept. I do believe, as I think as everyone does, it's up to communities to decide what they think is best for the communities.
Yeah.
There will be people who are going to say, hey, you're hurting my business. Other people are saying, you're hurting my quality of life. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a financial hit when you look at I think they were estimating $34 million in revenue losses and $4 million in taxes. But, you know, community sentiment is also very important. So is there somewhere in between that they can come to some kind of mediation or collaboration?
It'll be interesting to see. But before we go, I'd like to give a shout out.
Shout out
To an old friend of mine. This is a guy who I worked with many years ago at Carnival, Ryan Fitzgerald, who was in the entertainment department of Carnival as a kid. but smart kid, great potential, moved over to a director at Princess Cruises, went over to an event company that he was even involved in something bigger than cruise.
Bigger.
Taylor Swift.
Oh, now that's big.
And it's just been announced he's joining RWS Global, who is our friend Ryan Stana, a fellow Sea Trade ambassador,
Right.
his company as Senior Vice President of Sea. So congratulations to both Ryans.
Congratulations.
Ryan Fitzgerald, you're perfect for this. Ryan Stana, congratulations, you got a great guy there.
Bye.
Bye.